Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here and welcome to BMTV. Alright, this week we're very lucky to be joined by Roger Daws from Amscan. Roger, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks for inviting us, Greg.
It's a pleasure. Right, Roger is here today to introduce us to the Amscan 260A balloons, the modelling balloons that Amscan do. So we're going to find out a little bit more about Roger and hopefully you're going to show us how to do a few things.
I'm going to give it a go.
Alright, so Roger, first of all, tell us a little bit about you and your history.
I've been doing balloons now for about 25 years. Started a family event. A relation of mine was a magician, came along, gave me half a bag of balloons because I said I fancied having a go, and I've been making them ever since.
Now, you did tell me earlier on that some of the clients that you have done work for are quite famous.
Yeah, I've worked for a few footballers and a few...
Are you able to tell us who?
No.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
They make you sign confidentialities.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
I have a real variety. Anything from individuals to I work for the big UK corporates. So,
oh, right, fantastic.
Yeah, banks and all that sort of thing, Christmas parties.
Oh, brilliant.
Whatever. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got the 260As, we've got some inflated there, we've got some flat here. Tell us a little bit more about 260A balloons.
Right, we've got 14 colours. There's black and white as standard. We have a purple, lilac, yellow, two blues, dark and light. We have the all essential blush.
Of course.
Orange, green, dark green, light green, red, pink, and my favourite colour, which is the hot pink. It's a really, really nice pink. We have got more colours coming. Yeah. This is just the start of the range. They've been out for about a year now. We're getting really good response on them.
So what is it you like about them?
They're really a good length. As most people know, 260 means 2 inches by 60 inches long.
So that's 5 feet, isn't it, effectively?
Yeah. Well, these are well up there. You've got plenty of balloon to work with. So if you're making some sculptures or you're putting the balloons on columns, there's you've got plenty of length with them. The other thing is these, when they come out the moulds, they're not powder coated. Yeah. They have another substance put on the outside of them, which means you don't get the powder on your hands and such like, and it means that they stay shiny for longer. And that's the thing. And they keep it that I find if I make a sculpture for display purposes, they last a lot longer. Yeah. And in the summer, when you get the moisture in the air, they tend to not go as cloudy so quickly. Yeah. And I really like that. I like the longevity of them. When
I've held them before, I've felt that they seem quite soft to your hands. Like
they're soft, but they're also very strong. They're
soft, strong, and very long.
I knew that was coming.
All right, so well, I think the best way to demonstrate the 260As and have a look at them is to actually make something. So, Roger, what are you going to make us?
Right, well, I thought I'd start by showing you the basic flower. I find most of the times when I've been demonstrating for anagram, it's the thing I get asked for, especially for decorators, the most. It's what they want to use within their decor, weddings, etc. So I find that also there's a lot of technique that you use within making a flower that you can use with the other models. It's a good base to practice with. So we'll give it a go. First of all, blow up the balloon, tie a knot. We've already done it. I give it a good about 9 inches at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So, because that's where, as you make your twists, the air's going to go somewhere.
All right.
And if you haven't got any balloon at the end for it to go, it'll get really hard. One of the biggest mistakes I find that people do make is they overinflate the balloon. Yeah. Yeah. You can always cut off, if you're running out short, you can always cut off the end and inflate with the pump from the other end and give yourself a bit more air if you need to. Tie it back up. Yeah. And away you go. All right. But if you can, it's very difficult to reduce when the pressure builds up. Really hard to work with. Really difficult to reduce the amount of air. I always give the balloon a bit of a squeeze. You see that the air has now gone down to the end a bit, which made it a little bit softer, a lot bit easier to do. So, to start with, I use my hands as a measure. They're always with me. I don't need to worry about have I bought my tape measure. When I'm making a flower, I will fold the balloon over and I hold it against my hand so that my hand is like so.
Okay.
And then I twist. When I'm twisting, I'm holding the knot, not the nozzle. A lot of people will grab hold of the nozzle and do that, and you end up with a horrible little bit of string between the two sections. If you hold the knot and put it round, then I push the knot through, so it comes out the other side, and we get a nice tight grip. Then I go on to the next one. Now I know what size the bubble needs to be, the loop, because I used my hand, so I do the same again.
Okay.
Just let it touch the top of my hand there, put my finger against the bottom, and this time I twist it. Now, some people will try and measure and twist like this. If you measure and twist like this, when you put it over, the balloon suddenly becomes really hard. If you fold it first and then twist it, it makes it a lot easier. Push. If you try and push the whole amount into there, you're creating a lot of friction. This will cause the balloon to burst. If you've twisted it, there's a lot less contact between the balloons. You can then hold them, pull them apart slightly and twist round. It goes together nice and easily without lots of squeaking. The squeaking's friction. If you can cut down the friction, you're less likely to get leaks and the balloon to go again. Again, we just go on to the next petal, squeeze the balloon a little bit so the air moves up, makes it a little bit softer, fold it over, measure exactly the same way. Finger against the bottom of the balloon, twist it. This time it's a little bit more difficult, but we hold the balloons there and we just twist it round and they'll go in. So now we have 3 petals.
So you twist 2 together?
Yep.
That time. Okay.
Yeah, we're on to the next one. Hand there, fold over, measure against my hand, twist. So I now get to the stage, I grab 2 and one the other side and I just twist round again. And now we're up to 4 petals. Now it's getting a little bit more difficult to put your hand in. So I bring the balloon up to the middle, outside like that, put my hand against it, fold it over, twist it. Now I can take the balloon, hold it against one like so, and again twist. And that will bring it in like so. And there we have, in this case, a 5-petal flower. Most flowers have 3, 5, 7, 9 petals. So you're actually best going for the 3, 5, 7, 9 combination. Yeah. This one I did a 6. I use 6 if I'm using bases to sit things on. I'm going to sit something on a
nice
base.
And balanced.
It balances nicely. Most flowers are 5 petals.
Okay. We
can then get rid of the balloon at the end. I use a slicing technique, but you can scissors, anything that cuts it off. It doesn't matter. Gently let the air out. Don't let it go too quickly. Then we just wind it round, which pulls everything nice and tightly into the middle. To hide this, just let go.
Perfect.
And it will pull itself straight back in.
So you can actually just add that to a bunch of balloons or anything as simple as that.
If you want to turn it, you can put it onto a column like this. Yeah. Put a stamen in, around, you can put in the bridle. Or you can turn it into a proper flower. Just take a green balloon, wind it in. I'm not doing anything clever, just winding it round a few times.
Yeah.
Then I'll come down a little way, and then I'll make 3 petals basically.
Yeah.
They're going to be leaves. Little squeeze again. Don't forget the squeeze. It's important.
Yeah.
Fold over, measuring against my hand, so I get them the same size.
So all you're doing when you're squeezing is you're pushing the air up the balloon.
Yeah, because the balloon's under real pressure.
Yeah.
And if you don't squeeze it, you don't get rid of the pressure.
Yeah.
You'll find that that's when you get bursts. You get it rubbing. You get the noise. That all helps reduce it.
All right.
Again, squeeze. You can see it move up there. Fold over. Doing the same again. So we have 2 petals there. 2 leaves, sorry. Then we go and do the 3rd one, squeeze again, fold over, And there we have a basic flower.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's brilliant.
Yeah. And then for the stamen in the middle, as I said, you can put a round balloon there.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to put a birthday balloon or something like that if it's for a birthday.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
put
yeah.
just a 5-inch round with something like that printed. Christmas, you can do red
Yeah.
ones and put a Merry Christmas balloon in the middle or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
And then, if not, you can make the stamen to go in the middle.
Okay.
Take a yellow 260A and just inflate about 2+ inches.
Yeah.
Tie off. And then we can, right at the tip.
So you just stretch that out a little bit.
I'm splitting this bubble in half and I'm squeezing. It's just gone to there, but if then I pinch behind it and squeeze again, it'll gradually move up. And eventually we get to the end where I've softened it.
Okay.
By squeezing the bottom one, I can even the pressure out, so I can make it bigger or smaller by squeezing it. Find it when they're about the same size, pinch. Flowers are not exact, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Then we just fold it into the middle, fold it round, and there we've got. It gives a nice bit of movement and that to a flower.
That is nice, actually. Particularly, I guess, if you were doing outdoor stuff, that'd be really good, wouldn't it?
And let's say you've got a twisted column or such like that you want to put them again. You don't need to use the green. You can just take the flower and just wrap a balloon round and tie them, and you get the flowers up the column.
Yeah.
Makes a really nice effect.
Roger, that's brilliant. Now, do you think there's anything that I'm known for not being very good at twisting balloons, at tying knots. Do you think there's anything you could teach me?
We can give it a go. We can give it a go. I'm always up for a challenge.
All right. It will be. It will be a challenge.
I think if we start with the traditional balloon dog and see how we can go.
I was going to call it a basic dog, but this is not going to be basic for me. So, all right. So what do I need to do? Shall I just grab I'll take this one?
You take that one, and I will take this one.
Okay.
Nozzle.
Yeah.
And that's the tail.
Okay.
So what we're going to do to start with is just take the nozzle and fold it over. And you need it to be big enough so you can get both your hands on it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Like that? Is that big enough?
Yeah. Then just wrist twist. Both one hand one direction, one hand the other direction. And right round. There we go.
That looks really small. Is that all right?
That's all right. It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right.
It's a dog with small ears.
Okay, and a big nose.
And a big nose. Yeah.
All right, so what now?
Now, all we do is basically repeat the same function. We're going to come here, fold it over in the same way. See, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get that sort of size.
Okay.
Yeah. Then halfway up there, do exactly what you did before.
Okay.
Twist it.
Ah, look at that. Oh,
Yeah?
This is easy, Roger. This is easy.
Then, depends. Do you want a sausage dog?
Yeah. Okay,
With a long body?
Yeah, let's do
Do you
sausage.
want a short-bodied one? You decide.
Okay.
And then fold again.
I'm guessing I'm going to have to twist this.
You got it.
Hey.
Away we go. Just round we go.
Oh, his tail's upside down.
That's it. Just turn him round to the right position. That's great. Now, if you want, like we squeezed the air up
Yeah.
for the bubbles on there, you can squeeze a little bubble up to the end. So if you split the bubble, you've got quite a long tail.
Yeah.
So you might want to do it up here somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, just twist that. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep in hold. Give it the bottom one. Give it a real good squeeze, and it'll move up.
Ah.
Just keep squeezing, and you'll get it right to the end. That's it. You're nearly there.
Yeah.
Well done. And there is a little bobble on the end of your
look
tail.
at that. I've done a... That is the longest tail balloon dog in the world.
Don't want your head to get too big, but that's a pretty good effort for a first attempt.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
I will say the new 260As do help. They're really easy to work with.
I did feel very confident doing that. I'm always worried about these bursting. So
yeah, they are very strong, and they do work really well.
I'm just going to show people a couple of the other pieces that we brought up and put on the table. You were saying this is quite a basic one.
Yeah, and something maybe in the future I could come back and show if people were interested.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be. Yeah. I'm sure people would love to see that. And I'll let me show you this as well. This is another one. Look at this, cute little penguin. So I think he's great. How long would it take to make something like that?
I can do that in under 3 minutes.
All right, that's fantastic.
There's sort of a thing with balloon twisters. They aim for what they call a 3-minute balloon.
Yeah.
A lot of balloon twisters, and they like designs because if you've got a queue, you're looking at 3 minutes of balloon.
Yeah.
And that's what I call a 3-minute balloon.
Well, Roger, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's been great. You can get all the 260As on the website now. That's it from us this week. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, so here we are on the Pioneer Qualitex stand, and we are absolutely privileged to be joined by Ted and Betty Vlamis. Ted and Betty are the leaders, the inspiration, the passion behind Pioneer and the Qualitex brand. So thank you guys for joining us. So if you watched the show of us going to the Spring Fair, and I spoke to Annie Escalera on the North Star stand, and she showed us these. Now these are the 16-inch numbers. Very popular. We do them in the silver, the gold and the other colour, and they've been really popular this last year. These are new. These are the sprinkles ones, so it looks like sprinkles that you put on cakes.